Колеги, ми продовжуємо робочий день. До слова запрошується речник адміністрації президента.
Continue our working day, and I invite Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk to microphone, official spokesperson of the presidential administration. Good afternoon, dear journalists. Yesterday, the situation along the contact line deteriorated. In general, each third shelling of the enemies are led from the heavy weapons which are prohibited by Minsk agreements. Yesterday, they launched more than 200 mines upon our positions, and also they use self-propelled artillery systems near Donetsk. And now in more detail, near Lugansk, the enemies twice violated ceasefire regime near Bakhmut highway, and two shellings lasted for 20 minutes, and in one case the ATO forces were forced to open fire in response. Near Donetsk, along the Svetlodarsk bridge, the enemies 4 times shelled our positions, including 1 time from the armored vehicles. The most fierce fighting continues near Zaitsevo and Mayorsk. Yesterday there were more than 10 shellings from mortars. Besides that, the occupants used self-propelled artillery systems Gvazdika, which is 122 millimeter diameter. Also, the almost 15 shellings of our positions were near Novgorodsk. The attempts to attack Zaitsevo cost much to the enemies. Thus, the main intelligence department of the Russian Federation yesterday sent several coffins with dead bodies from Gorlivka to Russia. Also, the non-quiet situations remains near Donetsk airport, but here the occupants do not use heavy weaponry. Near Mariupol, the systemic shellings of our positions continue near Krasnogorivka and Mariivka. The enemies use a broad spectrum of weaponry, including small arms and mortars. Usually they start shelling at 17 and continue them during 2-3 hours. Near Mykolaievsk and Nokochaevsk, there were 2 reconnaissance groups trying to attack our strongholds. Besides that, legal band formations yesterday shelled Ukrainian positions along the contact line between Pavlopol and Azov Sea, and there were 10 mortar fire shellings from enemies.
During the last 24 hours, 3 Ukrainian servicemen were killed and 7 were wounded. According to the information of Chief Intelligence Department of MOD, Russia continued to supply ammunition and oil and fuel materials. And these days, 2 echelons with 12 tanks and 6 APCs arrived at the Ilovaisk station, railway station, and also at administrative border with Crimea. There were flights of military aviation of Russian Federation, 3 reactive planes, 2 helicopters Mi-8 and 2 drones. They were observed during this day. SBU got new proofs that Russian special services recruit Ukrainians for subversive activities. The officers detained a resident of Ismail town who was recruited to collect military data. While being in Russia, in Maikop, Adygea, North Caucasus, he was recruited by FSB and he got nicknamed Yemelyan. This man said that 5 residents of Ismail were detained. They were interrogated about the place of Ukrainian and deployment of Ukrainian military units. SBU of Ukraine found one more cache of arms with explosive in Luganshina. They confiscated 10 grenades F1, RGD-5, 148 ammunition to different types of grenade launchers and a large number of cartridges to different types of weapons. Ukrainian law enforcement officers confiscate and deactivate ammunition in the region of ATO. In one of the garages, they found 6 grenades F1 and 2 anti-tank grenades. And together with the law enforcers, SBU deactivated a mine of directed action, MOH-50. The explosive device was placed near a stronghold of ATO forces near Bakhmutska highway, that is in Luganshina. The mechanisms directed to the highway could detonate any time and could result in tragedy. And training continues in the Ukrainian forces, and in the at the chair of Zaporizhzhia National Technical University, there were some trainings of artillery officers, and they improved their skills in organizing the activity, and they carried out a number of tasks using the proper equipment. Thank you very much. Do you have some questions or comments? Is there any questions or comments? Please introduce yourself first. Oleksandr Zagorodny, 1+1. Tell us, please, about the activity of the militants. Maybe it is connected with humanitarian convoy. Yes, there's direct link. Every time the humanitarian convoy comes from the side of the Russian Federation, and during the next day, the number of enemy provocations, the number of shellings increases. So the conclusion is right. They just bring another portion of military equipment and ammunition. Also, we observe that there are some tanks from the Russian Federation that they also sent to the militants. Do you have some other questions or comments? If there's no comments and questions, thank you very much. Until next time, goodbye. We end our press briefing, and the next press briefing is at 2 p.m.